What's going down, people? How you doing? TK coming at you, Mr. Finance. Just want to hit you guys with the real, if the real is possible to resonate in your spirit, because it seems like there's no way to wake up stupid, and people hold on to the paradigm that they've been taught instead of trying to learn the paradigm that currently is changing or the one that's in their face. So right now we're in a situation where people ignore apparent truths. And the truth to you is what you perceive and what you believe. So anything contrary to that presentation, your cognitive dissonance sets in and you basically say, I'm not hearing you. So it's not really possible to wake people up. I think that the average person is going to die based on the death that they've already chosen. And that reality is, for that person, already locked, the death deal has already been done. So the sheep are in a situation where progress is not a part of their life, and they're not going to get it. You know, you can't force someone to drink when they're not thirsty. You can't offer freedom to somebody who's comfortable with being a slave. So basically, you just have to let information ride. You know, you present something on the table, and that's kind of what I do in my videos. I present some information, put it on the table, and let that be that. You know, what you do with it is not my business. And like I said, I don't really believe that a lot of people can be reached. I don't believe that a lot of people can wake up from the matrix sleep. I think it's a situation that is already death dealt. So realistically, the only person that you can save is yourself. If you think about your actions, your future, your decisions, you know, save yourself, try to make some effective positioning, get to the point where what you do allows you to have a better life. And then you kind of have to take that elitist mentality where, you know, whatever happens to everyone else, it's not your business. You're forced to live and let live. You're forced to let people fall on their face. Whatever they do, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect you to the point where you stress on it. You know, I've been video marketing for 3+ years. And my primary message over that time frame is simply that diversification outside of fiat currency is a wise decision. But no one accepts that. No one accepts the fact that there's money outside of paper. And nowadays, lazy is the new black. So people rather hold their hand out instead of get in the trenches and dig. You know, that by any means necessary mentality don't exist anymore. People really have lost that will, that drive. And everyone feels entitled, like if, you know, they deserve that handout, they deserve that check, and it's responsibility of somebody else to ensure your success. Now, I've failed, I fell on my face, and I've lost more than I've won. But the truth is that lessons come from those falls. And the resilient side is that you have to get back up. You know what I mean? You have to stop crying and get your knees dusted, get back up and be persistent. And the hope is that you get more wins than you get losses. The hope is that eventually you find out how to do it right, and some of your decisions turn into fruit. So I don't complain about the hardships. You know, I have plenty of them, and I'm sure that they're going to continue. You know, my goal is just to get it right. My goal is to find something that works and just to push on. So I think other people can take on that same mentality of pushing on, you know, stop begging. You know, the new 21st century way of success is to beg for inclusion. And inclusion is a hell of a drug, because if you really want to be successful begging, then all you have to do is develop some sort of skill, sell your soul for inclusion, and then be willing to go through all of the carrot strings that comes with selling your soul. That's really all it takes if you believe in holding your hand out and begging. So people complain and people talk about problems without having solutions, and then they constantly bring up the problem of, or the result of, engineered scarcity and lack of access. But they're not willing to work for said access. They're not willing to do anything to perpetuate their own success. When I talk about alternative forms of currency and decentralized systems, what the majority that a lot of people miss is that you essentially empower yourself because you're circumventing the middleman, you're circumventing the bank or the third-party counter risk. So you personally take responsibility for your future, your destination, and your financial outcome because you're grabbing the reins. And that's the part that people miss when it comes to decentralized assets. You know, the biggest potential success factor within decentralized assets, within open source, public, transparent systems, is that you have the ability to become a bank. And that's not a responsibility that a lot of people are willing to accept in a mindset of handout where you've been conditioned to trust a third party or a subject matter expert. So you're not willing to take the personal responsibility of managing your own money, securing your own access, and being creative in the entrepreneurial process behind your success. I mean, that's what I constantly work on. And like I said, I've failed a lot in the last 3+ years. But I constantly look for ways to develop some sort of entrepreneurial access through decentralized assets. And I'm constantly looking for ways to employ my income so that I have something outside a job. I want money to work harder for me than I had to work in order to get it. And I put forth the effort to find ways to make money employed, to make money work smart. So it's a constant grind. It's a constant effort that involves you looking and making decisions to position yourself effectively for a stronger future. And that's what I think what people have to focus on. People have to focus on ways to take their spendable income and spend it on something that's going to put money back into your house. And if you don't constantly do that on a consistent basis, yes, you're going to lose. And then when you do lose, it's just a lesson that, okay, bam, I didn't win on that one, but you know what? I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep trying. And at some point, I'm going to find something that works. And when I find something that works, I'm going to multiply my investment in that process or that system or that duplication method. So I think that's what I want to impress upon you guys, is that the handout welfare state that we live in has conditioned the average mind to be lazy. So sell your soul to a djinn if you want to be lazy, and success will come to you right away. But for everybody else, put your grind hat on and look for ways to make money, get a job.